everyone, my name is Brittany. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be exploring some young adult books for the Magical Readathon.
It's Brittany, bitch.
So if you don't know what the Magical Readathon is, please get out from under the rock you live under and go check it out. I'm going to have her information linked down below. I don't remember her actual name, I always forget it, but the lovely lady who does it, her YouTube name is Book Roast. She created the Magical Readathon, and this is currently the 2021 version, and I have a lot of young adult books to read for this. Please check out my TBR I have set for the Magical Readathon, and I'm going to be reading a couple of those books all in this vlog. I thought I'd just kind of lump them all together, just kind of made sense to me, and I also have all of them at my discretion, so I thought I would just do it now. This is the first book I'll be reading, How the King of Elfane Learned to Hate Stories, and this is a companion novel to the Folk of the Air series, and it is pretty much the only freaking Fae series I've known and read. So anyway, I picked this for the prompt. It is a prompt, but it's not for this Magical Readathon, it's for my character development. So because I chose to be an elf, etc., blah, 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 where I'm from, this is where I'm from, right? So I'm from Eartheria, and I needed to choose somewhere that had Fae or Elven characters as a book, and obviously I chose this. This isn't very long, it's pretty short, and I'm hoping to actually finish it by today. That is my goal. I will get it done. It's only 173 pages, and I'm already 50 pages in. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna try and do this today. I think it'd be really fun to just go through this and have a really fun, quick read right at the beginning of the Magical Readathon and kind of give me like a little boost. I mean, I'm not worried about completing all these books on time during the month. I think I'll be fine, but it's just always nice to give yourself a little boost. And then the other books I'll be reading were for the second prompt, which is The Last She. That is the book that's at the top of my TBR, and I'm really excited for this. I hope it's good. I love the 100. I love the Hunger Games, and it is described as being a mix of both. So I'm really hoping it's good. And then to read a standalone, I'm also picking City of Shattered Light, which is basically like a YA, LGBT, like science fiction, cyberpunk thing. And I don't know, it just like looks really cool. I hope it's good. I'll go into more about these books, obviously, whenever I start to read them. And I don't know which one I'm gonna do first. Like I honestly wonder if I'm gonna do like a taste test for those 3 books that I have on ARC. Oh, and the third book that's on ARC, forgot to mention, is Iron Widow. And this is the book that is my 5-star prediction. So I really hope it's good. I don't know about all 3 of these like e-arc books, like which one's gonna be the best choice for me. I really want something that's like a fun, fast read. I've just been reading so many horror books lately too that I'm really excited to jump into something that's not horror and be more like fantasy and sci-fi and dystopian. So I don't know which one's gonna like, you know, tickle my fancy, but I'm just gonna give them probably all a go once I finished How the King of Elfane Learned to Hate Stories, which is hopefully gonna be today, and then I'll let you know what I pick. I hope this was concise. I had a really long work day, so I just feel like I'm not even making words anymore. So if you didn't understand this, I'm sorry. I'll review it. I'll make it more clear later.
The next day.
I finished this book on my lunch break today, and I think I'm gonna give it a good 4 stars. I enjoyed it a lot. I think I honestly prefer reading from Jude's perspective instead of Carden's, but he did give me a little more insight into his thought process, and I thought it was really sweet, like how much you can tell that he loves her like at the end, and I really enjoy him as a character, but I also really liked seeing him through her eyes better. But I think this was a really good little companion novel. I love the art in here. It's really beautiful, and I think it's just definitely worth a read, especially if you already finished the Folk of the Air series. If you haven't read the series, you'll be very confused if you read this. It's just a couple of like short stories kind of put together that like kind of make a plot towards the end, and they kind of feed into each other and how he was brought up and how it impacted him today. And I liked it. It was a good 4 stars, and now I'm gonna return it to the library, which is where I'm at. I already started The Last She, by the way. That is the book that won. I just decided to give it a go. I read like the first 2 pages of like all of the stories, and that was the one that was like the least confusing at the moment for me. They're really close to my car. Like exceptionally close. Wow, they're probably like a good like centimeter from my fucking car. Oh, they're going back again. Oh god. Whoo! Whoo!
Who? It was you! Who? It was you! Who? It was you!
Anyway, The Last She, definitely I can see where they're getting the Hunger Games comparisons from, because she, you know, keeps kind of like thinking back to her dad, and the flashbacks are kind of intermixed with the text, which is a little bit confusing so far. But it's basically talking about her dad and what happened during the plague. So there's a plague that infects the entire earth, and women seem to be more affected, and they die like at a quicker rate. So she's basically one of the last women left. You know, her mom like went to go be with her sister or something, and her mom is probably not in the picture. And then I know that her sister ended up dying, and what happens, they just like get infected, and even animals can get infected, and their eyes turn white, and they are like bleeding. I'm not really sure what else is going on in the plague other than like makes them like aggressive. It's almost like a weird rabies, but like in their eyes or something. And yeah, it looks a little creepy. I can definitely feel the Hunger Games vibes. It's very like the beginning of the Hunger Games where she's like by herself, like hunting and like trying to figure out what to do and survive. So I feel that vibe. The 100 vibe I'm not feeling yet. I don't know. We'll see how that comes in. Maybe it's just because there's like some futuristic stuff, like there's some flying cars or whatever, and maybe it's just supposed to be a little futuristic. So maybe that'll come in later though, when she like meets other people, and it'll be more like the first season 100. Like that's what I'm thinking. So we'll see how that goes. But so far, so good. But I'm also like not even a full chapter in. So okay, so I just dropped Kalinka off for her teeth cleaning, and the doctor is so nice. He literally like came out and was like, he literally said everything's gonna be like fine. Like don't worry if anything happens. Like we'll abandon the teeth cleaning if something's going wrong or whatever. So he puts us at ease for sure. But I just miss her to death. So now I'm gonna go to a coffee shop. There is a coffee shop that's like 30 minutes away, and I've always wanted to try it, but they're only open during the week. Oh god, that turn really gotcha. So anyway, this coffee shop is 30 minutes away one way, but it's a coffee shop that I used to go to when I was a kid back in California, and they have one out here, but it's in an office building, so it's only open during the week. So it's Friday. I think I'm just gonna take my opportunity to go try it again. I don't know if it'll be any good now that it's like in a different state and not the same location, obviously, but it has really good reviews, and I just want to go try it. My brother was like, you have the whole day off now after you drop the cat off, like go do it. So that's what I'm on my way to do, and hopefully I get more into the last sheet today. That's what I'm hoping. But I'm about like 15% of the way in now, and it's good. I just don't know if I'm like obsessed with it. Like I don't know if it's like a 5-star, but it's definitely like not bad. I mean, especially for a Wattpad book, I really had low expectations, to be quite honest, but so far so good. Big bump. Whee! So I'm gonna make my way downtown, and then I'll meet up with you guys later, and hopefully I get some good editing and stuff done today and get more of a dent into the book. So that's my plan. Damn it, fell again. So I'll give you guys an update. Oh god, you're gonna fall again. And we'll chat later. Okay, so I just went to the coffee place. There was this really weird dude that parked in front of me here because we have like metered parking. He was like really nice and put like a quarter in for me, but like he was just giving me like those weird vibes, you know what I mean? Like you get like those weird vibes from people. Like at first he was like nice, and I was like, oh okay, like cool. And then he was like, do you ever like talk to the insects? And I was like, I have to go into the coffee place right there, and thank god I parked like right in front of it. And I remember a long time ago I used to get one called the Milky Way, and I asked them which one they probably thought that was, and they thought it was this one called like the Onalicious something. So that's what I got, and I don't know if it's good. It looks a little more mocha-y than I'm used to. I think it tastes kind of similar. I'm like looking for that fucking dude. Fucking weird. I don't know, that could have been it. I think I got it blended though. It's good though. Not gonna, their shit is good. And then I got a breakfast burrito, and I'm gonna take the breakfast burrito home. It's all wrapped up, and they were so nice in there. And yeah, I'm gonna pop on home now, like 20 minutes, and get to going. So I'm home, and I'm kind of disappointed that I spent like $13 on breakfast, and I have not enjoyed it whatsoever. And it's not because it's bad, but I think that guy freaked me out more than like I thought he did. So like I'm not even hungry anymore. So I ate like 2 bites of my burrito. I'm like done. And then my drink is just like way more mocha-y than I was expecting. It's like way more chocolatey, and I don't really like chocolate drinks. I like white chocolate drinks if I do like chocolate in them. So I'm just kind of disappointed in my choices. But my brother went out to go do something with the DMV or whatever the hell it is. So he'll hopefully bring back maybe some Firehouse subs, because I'm like hungry, but like now I'm kind of like getting over my shock of the morning, and I really just don't want that burrito, even though it's still like hot and it's not like a bad burrito. I really just don't want a breakfast burrito at all, and I thought like I did, and I just don't. And I'm doing some editing, so I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm really proud of myself for that, and I'm hoping to get probably 2 other videos done today. So I'm going to tell you a story. I woke up at 5:41 a.m. to a really weird noise that was happening in my kitchen. So I bolted out of bed, and I go out there to find this. Yep, my cat for some reason, while she was unbelievably still high from her medical procedure, got into our fucking trash because she was so hungry. She was looking for any food, and then spread that trash, including the extra powdered sugar from our Popeyes beignets yesterday, and it's all over the house. And so my brother is currently vacuuming again after we already had our robot vacuum take a gander at it. And yeah, I've been up since 5:41. And also my cat got stuck in the fucking Popeyes bag. God, this cat is gonna kill me. She usually doesn't do this. She hasn't done the trash thing in a kind of a while, so we haven't really thought about it, and we didn't think about it at all with her medication. She wasn't even like eating her food really, so we didn't think anything of it. And then we come out to all that trash, and she ate all of her food, obviously. So yeah, that's been a lovely Sunday morning. So we went out and got Starbucks because I was like, well, we can go back to sleep, and then I'll probably sleep until like 10 because I'm just so angry, and by the time I actually like calm down to go to sleep, it's gonna be probably closer to 7:30 to 8, and it's actually 8 o'clock right now. So what we're probably gonna do is take a nap a little bit later. But that was a start to my fucking Sunday, and I'm actually 75% of the way into the last sheet, and I'm not really sure how I feel about it still. I just feel like we're missing so many background things. Like, I could definitely tell this was probably sent out in installments because the chapters are pretty short and they don't like always blend together really well, and I feel like we're missing background information about these characters. Like, I honestly don't know what's going on because I feel like I'm missing something. I mean, like, honestly, I wonder if it's just because like I feel like there's so many plot lines that were kind of abandoned, and I think I'm really frustrated because my favorite one happened are like 30 to 40%. Basically what happened was Ara, who's our main character, short for Arabella, her father like left her a clue when he left her a clue to go to like a medical testing center, and then she ends up going to this medical testing center, and then like the storylines dropped completely. Like, it's like never brought up again. So far, 75% in. That's definitely my biggest frustration because I like really like I was really into that part. I was like, I want to find out more what's going on. Like, it like alluded to it, like obviously there's like a bigger meaning. Her dad was working with the guy to like on a cure, like very interesting, and then drop. And then now it's like clans battling and stuff, and I just like I'm not as interested because I'm also not invested in those characters, and I just feel like none of the characters are really fully fleshed out for me. Honestly, none of them are. I don't even know our main characters like literally at all. I just don't really know their characteristics. I feel like they're acting, I don't even know why they're acting the way they are. Like, their motivations are completely gone. Like, I just feel like the beginning of the book, like it made it very clear, and then it just like no idea where it went. And it's really frustrating because I feel like this book had so much potential for me, but like after like probably the 40% mark, I was just like, where is this book going? Like, why did you drop like the biggest storyline, not bring it back up? And there's so many like little plot holes. Like, I don't remember them ever talking about allowing her to go on this trip whenever she was like a brand new person in the clan. She's the only woman. You're gonna let her go out? I don't think so. Even if you trust her, like I just feel like they would protect her way too much to like let her go like on that very unbelievable. Not that she doesn't have the right to make her own choices. Like, I'm totally on board with that. I just, would you really trust someone who like keeps threatening to leave and then let them go on a fucking trip with you to like look for something? Also, the timelines in here are always messed up. Like, I don't know what time it is. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I feel like the seasons are changing all the time. I don't know where we are. Has 6 months passed? Like, I feel like it's barely brought up, and like the time is just very confusing, like how much time has actually passed. I feel like the very key elements of a story are kind of missing here, if that makes sense. Like, it has like a really good plot idea, and the dialogue isn't awful all the time. Like, it has like a good potential, but like it's really missing like the key foundations of a true story. That sounds so mean, but that's kind of how I feel about it. I really like the premise. Execution, not my jam so far. I think it's probably to get like a 3.5 out of me. I wish it was done better because I love the concept, and I want to know about this medical facility and the testing, the fact that like her dad was obviously involved, and I want to know more about that. But like, it's like she doesn't even think about it anymore. It's like, you know, when the internal dialogue, you know, goes on with the character, there's none of that like really happening. It's like an internal like comment on what someone else says, and like they move on. I just feel like it's just not my writing style to fully get immersed in a story too. So anyway, I'm gonna finish my Starbucks. I'm gonna wash my cat because she has mustard all over her fucking self. Like, not even a fucking joke. Like, I have to bathe that fucking bitch. Kalinka, you're gonna get a shower today now because you've honey mustard all over your ass. Yep. Look at your big eyes still, drugged over 24 hours later from your cleaning. Anyway, I'm signing off. So I ended up finishing the last sheet yesterday, and I had to take a whole day to calm down from how angry the ending made me. The ending of this was just what the fuck? Unsatisfying in every way, and it was just not what I was expecting. At first, the ending was really good. We were finding out more of like what happened with her father, and it kind of gives us the information for the sequel. And I really like that. And then there was the freaking epilogue, and the epilogue does not need to exist in this book. It honestly was like someone took another part of a freaking book and then slapped it on to the end of this one, and you're just so confused. Like, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It does not tie into like the end of the story at all. It literally almost seems like it was supposed to be the first chapter for the next book and then work backwards in time to understand what was going on, because adding it to the end of this book did nothing. It honestly went down an entire star for me. I think I'm gonna decide to give this like a 2.75 stars. Like, that's how fucking mad I am. Like, it went down. Like, I was gonna give it like 3.5, 3.75. Like, I was, you know, enjoying it. It wasn't my favorite, but it was still, I think, good. And now I'm done. I'm done. I'm pretty upset with it, and I think my review on Goodreads is pretty succinct for how I actually feel about it. The characters weren't great. I didn't connect with any of them. I love the premise, but the plot holes were just too large for me to like fully enjoy the story. I mean, I would definitely recommend it. I think a lot of other people may be able to like pass over that, but I was not. A lot of Wattpad books are also released chapter by chapter, and I feel like that's probably what happened here, because a lot of the chapters were not succinct and they didn't blend together at all. It didn't make the novel cohesive whatsoever. It literally felt like someone wrote this like chapter by chapter, and it's almost like she forgot about some of her plot points because she wasn't writing it cohesively. And I think that's definitely a detriment to this book, and I hope that the other one, the second novel, The Last City, is definitely going to be a cohesive novel. I think that would solve a lot of the problems that I had in this book, like a lot of them, and actually maybe flesh the characters out a little bit more and have it make more sense and touch on those plot points that they completely glazed over. The medical testing facility was the best part of this book, and it was such an interesting thing to find out. Like, her father was obviously working on the cure, and her sister were part of the testing, and she doesn't even remember it. Like, that is huge, and that is such a cool like dystopian sci-fi theme that was completely dropped. Instead, for like a really poorly done romance with a guy I don't care about, we don't know, other than he loves his horse and his family. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. I just don't know anything else about these freaking characters, and our main character, Ara, is totally a knockoff Katniss Everdeen with like none of her strength or wisdom. Also, I've decided I'm ending this vlog here. I'm not going to continue on with the other two books that I mentioned. I'll put those in another vlog. I just feel like this one's getting a little bit too long for my liking, so I'm just going to end it here, and then those ones will be in a different weekly vlog. I know this was a little ranty, but I did really enjoy it. I would actually read the sequel just out of morbid curiosity, but I just had so many issues with the book. So that's how I really felt about it. I would definitely read the second one. We'll see where it goes from there. Also, as an update, Kalinka is doing just fine. She's getting a lot more back to normal, and I hope you enjoyed her shenanigans during this vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!